What would you do if the person sleeping beside you had been lying to your face for months, and you only found out because of a glowing notification at 2:17 a.m. on a cracked phone screen? The room was silent except for the hum of the ceiling fan in our apartment off West 46th Street in Manhattan. I wasn't even supposed to be awake. But there it was, her phone lighting up the nightstand. A soft vibration. A banner notification. Tinder Gold renewed. My heart didn't race. It didn't drop. It paused. Because I paid for that phone. And that charge? That was going to my card. And she was right there beside me, pretending to sleep. I stared at the screen, then slowly turned my head toward her. Her breathing was too steady, too controlled. And in that moment, I knew something was deeply, irreversibly wrong, but I still didn't know how bad it really was. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel, tell us where you're from, and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. I didn't confront her that night. I wish I could tell you I was strong, that I shook her awake and demanded answers. But I didn't. I just lay there, staring at the ceiling, listening to her fake sleep, feeling something inside me quietly fracture. Her name was Lauren. We'd been married for years. She used to laugh easily, used to touch my arm when we walked down Broadway, used to kiss me like she meant it. Somewhere along the line, she stopped. At first, I told myself it was stress. Her job in Midtown was demanding. Late nights, client dinners, endless emails. But looking back, that's when the distance started. The silence, the locked phone, the sudden obsession with her appearance, the way she'd angle her screen away from me. And now, Tinder Gold. Not just Tinder. Premium. That meant she wasn't browsing. She was hunting. The humiliation didn't hit all at once. It crept in, like mold spreading behind a wall. The next morning, she kissed me goodbye like nothing had happened. Told me she had a meeting near Fifth Avenue. I nodded, smiled, played my part. But inside, I was already unraveling. At work, I couldn't focus. Every email blurred. Every conversation sounded distant. All I could see was that notification. Tinder Gold renewed. I checked my banking app. There it was. 3 months in a row. I hadn't noticed. I trusted her that much. The strange behavior became impossible to ignore after that. She started going out more. Girls' nights. Work drinks. Late client dinners. She'd come home smelling different. Not like alcohol. Not like perfume she owned. Something unfamiliar. One night, I asked her casually, "Where'd you go?" She shrugged. "Just a place near Soho." "What?" "No reason." She smiled. But it didn't reach her eyes. The discovery came slowly. Painfully. I didn't hack her phone. I didn't need to. People like her get sloppy when they think they're untouchable. One afternoon, she left her iPad at home. Unlocked. Synced. I stared at it for 10 minutes before touching it. Then I opened messages. There were dozens of conversations. Names I didn't recognize. Some saved. Some just numbers. I clicked one. "Last night was insane. You're even better in person." Another. "Hotel tonight. Same place." Another. "Your husband seriously has no idea, does he?" I felt my hands go cold. But I kept reading. Because once you open that door, you can't close it. She wasn't just cheating. She was living another life. Multiple men. Hotels across Manhattan. The Hilton on 6th. A boutique place near Tribeca. Even a parking garage on West 34th. I sat there for hours. Reading. Screenshotting. Collecting. Every message was a knife. Every joke about me was a twist. He's so predictable. He thinks I'm working late. I swear, married life is just a cover. When she got home that evening, I was sitting on the couch, waiting. She walked in, dropped her bag, smiled like everything was normal. Hey, I said. I watched her closely, studied her. The woman I thought I knew wasn't there anymore. In her place was someone colder, sharper, more dangerous. I didn't confront her. Not yet, because something had changed in me. The man who would have begged for answers was gone. In his place was someone quieter, someone patient, someone who understood one thing very clearly. People like her don't stop when they're caught. They only stop when they lose everything. The breakdown came 2 nights later. She didn't come home. No call, no text, just silence. I sat alone in the apartment, staring at the empty space where her things were. And for the first time, I let it hit me. Everything. The betrayal, the humiliation, the years wasted. I wasn't angry. Not yet. I was empty. And that emptiness became something else. Something colder. That's when the plan started. Quietly. Carefully. I contacted a lawyer on Lexington Avenue. Didn't tell Lauren. Didn't tell anyone. I brought evidence. Screenshots. Bank statements. Dates. Locations. The lawyer looked at me and said, "This is more than enough." Good. Because I wasn't done. I kept gathering proof. Installed a small recorder in her car. Tracked the hotel receipts. Cross-referenced everything. Built a timeline so airtight, she wouldn't be able to breathe without me knowing. And then, I found him. The main one. Ethan. Mid-30s. Worked in finance. Married. Of course he was. I found his wife too. Emily. Didn't know a thing. That's when the trap took shape. I didn't rush it. Revenge isn't loud. It's precise. I scheduled a dinner. Told Lauren it was an anniversary surprise. She seemed almost annoyed, but she agreed. I made reservations at a restaurant near Central Park. Private room. Elegant. Quiet. Perfect. The night arrived. Lauren dressed up. Smiled for the first time in weeks. Played the role perfectly, but she had no idea what was waiting. We arrived. Sat down. Ordered drinks. Then the door opened. Ethan walked in, followed by his wife. Lauren's face changed. Confusion. Then panic. Then something close to fear. "Sit down," I said calmly. No one spoke. The silence was suffocating. I slid a folder across the table. Photos. Messages. Receipts. Everything. Lauren didn't touch it. Ethan looked like he might throw up. Emily opened it. And the room exploded. The confrontation wasn't loud. It was worse. It was controlled. Measured. Emily's voice shaking as she read messages out loud. Lauren trying to deny it. Ethan crumbling. Me just sitting there. Watching. By the end of that night, everything was over. For them. For her. The divorce was swift. Public. Ugly. Her job found out. Her friends found out. Her family found out. No one stood by her. Because when the truth is undeniable, people disappear. I moved out. New place. New life. No drama. No noise. Just silence. Sometimes, late at night, I think about that notification. That tiny glow in the dark. The moment everything cracked. I saw her once after that. By accident. Outside a cafe on 8th Avenue. She looked smaller. Like the world had pressed down on her. She saw me. Opened her mouth. Like she wanted to say something. Apologize. Explain. But I just walked past her. Didn't stop. Didn't look back. Because some betrayals don't deserve closure. And now, when people ask me if I ever loved her, I tell them the truth. I did. Until the night I realized she never really existed. The end.